Okay, so this might not sound very important, but for AI to know the exact time and date right now is basically non-negotiable. If you're not telling AI the current time and date, then there's a good chance that you might be getting an incorrect answer from AI. So one example is this one, where I asked the Gemma 4 model from Google to calculate how many years ago April 2020. And for context, right now I'm recording this video in April 2026, so the answer should be 6 years ago, but unfortunately I'm getting this answer. So according to this AI model, April 2020 was 4 years and 2 months ago. So essentially the latest training data of the model is from June 2024, and that's why it assumed that right now is this date, even though it wasn't. So it's very important for AI to know the current time and date, and this is particularly relevant when you are planning to use your local AI model to conduct some research on the internet, or perhaps getting the latest price or data or about something. Then it's basically mandatory for AI to know the exact time and date today. So how do you let AI to know that information? Well, fortunately, there are many steps, actually many methods that you can explore and try to let any AI model in LM Studio to know the exact time at the moment. So let's start with the simplest approach, which is by just injecting the information into the system prompt. So in LM Studio, you can, let's say, navigate to your My Models menu, and then you can select your model. Let's say here I will use the Gemma 4 model again. I'm going to open settings, and you can navigate to the inference menu, and in the system prompt you can tell AI about the current time or date. Let me give you one example. You are an AI assistant. Today is April 15, 2026. Okay, that's just a very simple prompt. Now after that, I'm going to send a question like this again on a new chat window, and you'll see that this time around this model, the Gemma 4 model, should be able to know the current time and date. It can calculate, and therefore it can give me a more accurate answer. Now this setting is obviously needs to be applied to every model that you are about to use in LM Studio. So as you can see, it got the answer quite right, but this is not the best option or the best method, because basically you have to update the info every single time or every single day, which is not very effective. So instead, I do recommend to try the second method. So let me just remove the system prompt first. Now the second method is by utilizing plugins, free plugins that can be installed on LM Studio. So let me just open my Google Chrome browser, and I'm going to open this page. It is a plugin called Tell Time. I think from the name alone you can infer that this is a plugin to let AI to tell time. You can navigate to this page, and don't worry, I'm going to put the link of this page in the description down below. Click Run in LM Studio, click Open LM Studio, and then we can install the plugin. Alright, download, and there you go, it's done. So I'm going to go back. Let me just maybe send the same query again. I'm going to start a new chat. And okay, how many years ago April 2020? Now make sure that before you send any question or message, enable that item, the plugin first. Otherwise, AI has no idea that this plugin is available or accessible. Okay, it is using the tool, and there you go. It knows the current time, and April 2020 was 6 years ago and a few months ago from today's date. Yeah, that's correct. Anyway, so that was the second method, and there is actually another plugin that is similar to that, and it has a bit more features. So there are a few other capabilities, like it can count letters, get the word length, and many other things that it can do. And if you are interested, I'm going to put the links of these plugins in the description down below. Now, let's move on with the third method, and there is also another method later that's honestly my favorite. But for the third method, we can just use the web search capability, so AI can search the latest info or the latest date from the internet. Let me give you one example. So I'm going to use a plugin called this one called DuckDuckGo and Visit Website. Now, these are very popular plugins to let AI access content on the internet. And if you are interested, you can navigate to this users page, this plugin page. It's called Visit Website and DuckDuckGo. Yeah, just navigate to this page, DuckDuckGo and Visit Website, and then you can install the plugins normally. And after that, you can enable them when you are asking a question to an AI model. Let me try that on a new chat. Send a message. Okay, it's still calculating. Okay, yeah, it doesn't think that it needs these two plugins. So if you are planning to use the internet to know the exact time and date, then we still need to add something into the system prompt. So let me try this system prompt. This is one that I will try. Okay, so essentially we are telling AI to check the current time and date on the internet before giving the final answer to the user. Okay, I'm going to just refresh or regenerate the message again. And there you go, now it is calling the web. And let's see if it can get the latest information. Okay, so this is actually a problem that's more akin or caused by the plugin. So the DuckDuckGo plugin is fine, but I find it to be less reliable. So I'll use the other plugin that I happen to have, and it's called SearchXNG. So this is actually a lot better than DuckDuckGo in my opinion. And if you are interested, you can learn on how you can install that plugin on LM Studio. It needs a bit more setup, but trust me, it is worth it. So I'm going to go back and I will try that again with a different plugin. And okay, the system prompt, there you go. Then the query, and let's see if we can get a more accurate answer with this plugin. It should be. Okay. Yep, April 2020 was 6 years ago as of the current year 2026. So yeah, basically if you want to use the web search for checking the current time and date, then you might want to accompany that with a system prompt that essentially forces AI to check the information on the internet. And now we are finally about to talk about the last method. So this one is very simple and we don't have to install a new plugin because this is a feature that's already available in LM Studio. But before you can use that, you have to install something called Node.js on your computer. So you can search that on Google, and then you can download the program and install it normally like any other program. So this will allow your computer, will allow AI later to run a JavaScript code in LM Studio, and that can be used to check the current time and date from your operating system. So after you got the program installed, you can go back to LM Studio, and then I'm going to start a new chat. So right here, I'm going to just delete the system prompt and I will disable this, but I will enable JS Code Sandbox. So that's the tool that we are going to use. Let me send the same query. And again, this AI is basically offline. Now, just wait for AI to run some code. I guess I'll just always allow, proceed. There you go. So it knows the current time because of its ability to run some code in the JavaScript sandbox. So that's actually a really cool that I gotta say kinda underrated. Not many people perhaps using this tool. So that's basically all the methods that you can try to make LM Studio to be able to check the current time and date with a great accuracy. And if you want to know the other cool things that you can do with other really cool AI tools, then you can check this video and I'll see you on that video.